This lesson is on factors and multiples. So, in your notebooks, get ready to take some notes, and we're going to go through first factors, and then we'll go through multiples. So, what a factor is it's a number that divides a whole number evenly. Okay, so when you're thinking about factors, we're thinking about breaking a number up into sections and putting in a number that goes in there evenly. So, if you can hit pause on your video, then you can write this definition down in your notebook. And then unhit pause and we'll go through some examples and show you what that means. So, if we take, whenever I figure out factors, I like to do what I call a sandwich method. And this is how it goes. Let's say we have we're going to make the factors of 10. So we are going to think of all the factors of 10. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 1. And I'm going to think, what times 1 equals 10? And it's like, well, 1 times 10 equals 10. So we have 1 and 10. And then I think, does 2 go into 10? Yes, it does. We have 2, and 2 times 5 is 10. So I put the 5 there. And then I think, does 3 go into 10? Nope, 3 doesn't go into 10. Does 4 go into 10? Does 5 go into 10? Oh, we reached 5, so now we're done because the numbers kind of came together in this sandwich. So your first numbers are always 1 in the number that you're figuring out, and then you go through every single number, 1, 10. You see if 2 goes in there, then 3 goes in there, then 4 goes in there, then 5 goes in there, and then when all the numbers come together, you know you're done. So the factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5, and 10. Okay, we'll try a couple more. Let's think about the factors of 9. So we have 1 and 9. We start with 1 and 9. Does 2 go into 9? No, because 2 is an even number and 9 is an odd number. 3 goes into 9. 3 times 3 is 9, right? And I think of 4, nope, doesn't work. 5, nope. 6, nope. 7, nope. 8, nope. 9. So the numbers of 9 are 1, 3, and 9. Let's do another one that has a couple more factors. Let's try the number 12. So we start with our 1 and our 12. 2, we say, does 2 go into 12? Or what times 2 equals 12? Ooh, 2 times 6 equals 12. So I'm going to put a 2 there and a 6 there. Does 3 go into 12? Yes, it does. 3 times 4 is 12. And we got 3 and 4 right together, so those all came together. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Now, why don't you try a couple on your own? Let's try the factors of 7. Okay, and for this, I'd like you to press pause on the video and then figure out the factors of 7 and then unpause and come back to see if you got the right answer. So 7 is actually a prime number, so 1 and 7 are the only factors of 7, okay? And we call that prime. When just 1 in itself it's called a prime number. Prime numbers are numbers that have factors of only one of themselves. Numbers with only 2 factors. Okay. Next, I'd like you to try the number 28. So think of all the factors of 28, starting with 1, okay? See if you can do it on your own. Hit the pause button, and then when you're done, unpause it and see how you did. So for 28, we're going to go 1 and 28. We know that 2 goes in there because it's an even number because it ends in 8, and 2 goes into 1 2 goes into 2 one time, and it goes into 8 2 times, or 4 times rather. So it would be 14. Does 3 go into 8? No, because 3 times 9 is 27, so that wouldn't work. Does 4 go into 8? Yeah, 4 times 7 equals 28. And 8 does not go into 28. 9, no, because 9 times 3 is 27. 10 does not go into 28. 11 does not go into 28. 12, no. 13, no. 14. So there's our 14, and there's our sandwich came together. So the factors are 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28 for 28. The last one with factors that I'll have you do is the number 35. Okay, so hit pause on your video, see if you can get all of the factors of 35 on your own. And when you're done, unpause and see the answer. So 35, we start out with 1 and 35. 2 does not go in it because 5 is an odd number, so we know that 2 does not go in there. 3 does not go in it because 3 would go into the 3, but it wouldn't go in the 5, so that's not going to work evenly. 4 does not work. Ooh, 5. 5 times 7 is 35. We know that. 6, no. 7, ooh, and we reached 7. So there's our 4 factors of 35. And I'll squish those a little closer. 1, 5, 7, and 35 are the factors of 35. Okay? So the next part of the lesson is going to be to look at what multiples are. Let's come on over here, and you guys can pause the video and write this down. A multiple of a number is the product of that number and a whole number, okay? So a multiple of a number is a product of that number and the whole number. Make sure you get that all written down, and then I'm going to go through what that means, kind of break apart that definition. So this word product, remember, means the answer to a multiplication problem. So a multiple is the number of the product of that number and a whole number. So if I do the multiples of 2, for instance, and usually like when you're doing this in your books, it's going to ask for the first 5 multiples of 2. So I would just go, well, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. So the first 5 multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So it's basically 1 times 2, 2 times 2, 3 times 2, 4 times 2, and 5 times 2. And if you look at that definition, a multiple is a number of the product of that number. So if we're finding this number, we're going to just keep multiplying that with different whole numbers. So we multiply it times 1, then we multiply it times 2, then we multiply it times 3, times 4, and times 5. So if we do the first 5 multiples of the number 3, well, 3, if you would like, you could pause your video and try them on your own. Or if you want to go through one more together, join me in this. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. And 3 times 5 is 15. So the first 5 multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Next, let's try the number 7. This one you should pause your video and do all on your own. The first 5 multiples of 7. Okay, so pause your video, come on back to see the answers. And the answer should be 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35. Okay. And the last one we're going to do is the multiples of 6, which are, you can pause your video, see if you can get the first 5 multiples of 6, and unpause when you're ready to see them. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. And 6 times 5 is 30. So your first 5 multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. And that is your lesson on multiples and factors. How out?